Tá, temos mais alguns minutinhos até a gente começar, o pessoal está começando a entrar. Sejam bem-vindos àqueles que estão chegando. Agora são 4h28 no horário de Brisbane e o evento está agendado para começar daqui a 2 minutos. Fazendo alguns ajustes finais aqui na parte de transmissão ao vivo. Ok, muito bem. Transmitindo também via Facebook nesse momento. Até se o Araque conseguir dar uma olhada e ver se está tudo funcionando bem. Seria muito bom. Então, welcome to the event. I think you're the first of the universities that are here with us. So it's nice to have you here. I guess you can unmute your microphone if you need to say something. Yes, we can't hear you yet, but we are live. Yes. No, we can't hear you. And
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Hi guys. Hello everyone.
And Juan, just a note for you. I think your background, it's really not working very well. Like you might just change it to without the AC background, because it's affecting. I don't know where. I think the place, like the background more. It's it doesn't help very much. So now you're.
Now it's worse.
That's so interesting. It's still like a little bit. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, fantastic. I guess we can start now. We are, it is officially 4:30. So welcome everyone once again for another AC scholarship webinar. Today we're going to be talking about some opportunities in Queensland, and we are delighted with the partners that we have here in this event today. So it's great to have, such a high caliber universities participating with us. So this event will be a trilingual event. I'll be speaking in Portuguese, and then I have one of my colleagues, Juan Sebastian, who is going to just do a quick introduction in Spanish. And then obviously our partner universities will be presenting in English. So quick introduction em português. Sejam bem-vindos todos. Muito bom fazer mais um evento aqui da Australian Sem. E esse evento de bolsas de estudo. E a ideia é que a gente possa empoderar aí os nossos clientes, os nossos amigos a perseguir aí oportunidades de estudos de melhor qualidade, né? Afinal, aí o preço seria mais acessível por meio dessas bolsas de estudo, e a gente vai ficar muito feliz em participar dessa jornada com vocês, começando por esse evento hoje, né? Então, deixa eu só falar um pouquinho da AC antes de passar aqui para o Juan e para as universidades apresentarem essas oportunidades de bolsa de estudo. Tá? Então, a Australian Center é uma agência de intercâmbio aí especializada, obviamente, em Oceania, com vários serviços super legais aqui na Austrália. A gente opera desde 2002 e já auxiliou milhares de pessoas aí a conquistar seus objetivos de estudo, trabalho e residência na Austrália. A gente tem 4 principais pilares, né, de serviços. O que a gente vai estar falando hoje é mais sobre esse primeiro aqui, do suporte que a gente dá na aplicação para universidades e colleges. Esse suporte é todo gratuito, incluindo o suporte que a gente oferece para a obtenção de bolsas de estudo. A gente também tem um serviço exclusivo de suporte ao estudante internacional, que inclui o Student Success Support, quando as pessoas recém chegam na Austrália, e o Professional Trailhead, que é mais voltado a pessoa conseguir uma vaga de trabalho, não só em hospitality, mas na sua área de formação também. Ok? E além disso, a gente tem parceria com agentes de imigração que podem coordenar o seu plano de estudos aí, junto conosco, para que vocês façam algo que esteja realmente alinhado com os seus objetivos. Se combinados esses serviços e se fossem cobrados, poderiam custar até $3.250, mas quem remunera a Australian Center nesse caso são as próprias universidades, então o estudante não paga nada por esses serviços que nós oferecemos. Tá? Nós temos escritórios em Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney e Perth e atendemos clientes de todas as outras cidades e também no Brasil e em outros lugares da América Latina. Tá bom? E por falar em América Latina, I have here Juan, meu parceiro de trabajo. Bienvenido, Juan. ¿Puedes hablar algunas palabras en español?
Claro que sí, hola a todos, bienvenidos a este Australian Center Brisbane webinar. Estamos muy felices de que nos estén acompañando. Esperamos que les podamos ayudar en todo lo que ustedes necesiten para que puedan venir a estudiar en las mejores universidades de Australia. En caso de que estén interesados, por favor, contáctense con nosotros. Tenemos un equipo excelente, chicos. Español, portugués e inglés, en el idioma que ustedes quieran hablar, con muchísimo gusto, para que les podamos ayudar a buscar las mejores becas, scholarships y los mejores precios para que puedan hacer su pregrado, su curso de inglés, sus cursos técnicos. Para todo lo que necesiten, aquí estamos. Entonces, los esperamos.
Bueno, Juan, muchas gracias. Com o Juan está a Carol, que também trabalha lá no escritório de Brisbane. Nos dá um alô aí, Carol.
Hello, guys. I am Carol. I am based here in Brisbane. You are more than welcome to visit us. We are here to support you guys. Vem com a C.
Legal. E a Carol vai estar respondendo algumas perguntas aí pelo chat, tá bom? So Carol will be answering some questions via the chat. So please feel free to ask questions during the presentation, and if we have some time, we're gonna address them also at the end of this presentation. Okay, let me just check if I can stop sharing my screen here, and then I will allow Mithun to start and talk a little bit more
Torrens.
about. Yeah, so Araki, sorry, you wanna say something?
No, I was going to start off straight away. Push all the information I can. I'm just going to quickly share my screen.
Excellent. Mithun.
And then you guys will have a snapshot. Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Excellent, wonderful. Hello and welcome everyone for this exclusive scholarships webinar in partnership with ACU and ACE Queensland Brisbane office. My name is Mithun Gururaj. I'm the regional manager for international marketing and recruitment. I'm based here in Brisbane. The campus you see on your screen is the Brisbane campus. It's wonderful that we've had ACE staff actually, if I'm not wrong, Carol, have visited our Brisbane office in the past. And all students are welcome to join us as well. If you have free time, you're welcome to do that. So just letting you all know, recruitment is on. Students are applying and they're more than welcome to apply for semester 1 intake 2020. And it's getting very, very busy and quite popular with the scholarships that we have. Just have a couple of slides before we move on and about scholarships at ACU. Why ACU? ACU is a highly ranked university. We've been rated as being in the top 2% universities in the world. The recent Times Higher Education rankings have put us in the top 251 universities in the world, which is an elite group of universities we've joined. we were not even in the rankings, but 5 years ago, when we started getting ranked, we were in the top 800, then we jumped to top 400, now we're in top, which is a big advantage for what ACU has been doing. It's a very popular university with some really popular programs and some lovely students we've got from Latin America and Spain and many other countries, Italy, to come and study with us. Along with that, along being a highly ranked university, we are a very affordable university. Now, that's very important to understand, is because many other universities, some of the top universities in the world, not just Australia, are highly ranked and are very expensive because, you know, big brand and big costs. ACU is done differently. We are a government-funded public university. We are federally funded by the government of Australia, which allows the Catholic university to keep its tuition fees low. If you compare us with many other universities, the 39 universities across Australia, both private and public, you will notice that ACU's tuition fees are actually very, very affordable, which is one of the reasons why we are also a very popular university for students from across the world. Not just because we are a Catholic university or because we are an affordable university, we sort of, all the packages just fit in quite well with the courses that we offer to our students. Now, where can you study with ACU? You can study in 7 campuses around Australia, and we have a campus in Rome, Italy, which is actually an ACU campus itself. Now, what do we offer in these campuses? Is a range of courses from undergraduate degree, postgraduate degrees, research programs. Let's start. Where do we have these campuses? Right here in Brisbane. We also have a ACU language center. So students in Brisbane can come and study English with us here. We have 2 campuses in North Sydney and Strathfield. The 3rd campus coming up in Blacktown. So that's going to be very, very popular as well in the western suburbs of Sydney. Students can do English in North Sydney campus as well. There's a campus in Canberra, the capital of Australia, and getting very, very popular because of its regional status. We have a campus in Ballarat, again, very popular because, again, of its regional status. We do have a regional campus in Adelaide, which is only for research purposes, not open for international students yet, but a massive, massive campus with over 12,000 students in our Melbourne campus, which also has a language center. So if students want to study at any of the campuses at ACU, they must do English, and if they have to do English, they must do it either in Brisbane, Sydney, or Melbourne, and then choose to move the campuses if they have to, depending on the courses. Now, as I mentioned about the courses we offer, I will tell you in detail as to what you can study. There are 4 faculties at ACU: Faculty of Education Arts, Faculty of Health Sciences, Faculty of Law and Business, and Faculty of Theology and Philosophy. And all our courses are well within these 4 faculties. And over 25% of ACU's undergraduate students every year travel overseas, especially to our own campus, to do a study abroad program. So if you're in Australia to explore Australia, don't just stop here. We advise students to take up a semester or something overseas to take up like a study abroad opportunity. Now that is an amazing outcome out of your degree, because you've not just got your qualifications from your home country, you're getting an Australian experience, also experience from a 3rd country. So that allows you to get the best out of your degree. So quite a few campuses. I slide about Blacktown, but look it up in the western suburb of Sydney. There's the campus of Blacktown that I was talking about, which in the future will be one of our biggest campuses across Australia. We've got growing reputation. We are the #1 largest provider for graduate teachers in Australia. We are the largest provider for graduate nurses in Australia. 1 in 3 nurses comes out of ACU. 1 in 4 teachers. We are top 3 for graduate employment. We are top 5 in skills development and learner engagement. We are top 10 in graduate employer satisfaction. In fact, this year, we have been #1 rated, both graduate employment as well as graduate employer satisfaction, both achieving about 95% above. Top 10 in overall satisfaction from the 2007 survey. 5 stars for full-time employment, overall experience, learner engagement, and skills development. And these statistics are not, these surveys are not done by any random company. It's done by companies like Good Universities Guide, which has a very credible standing when you do your rankings research. Now, this is scholarships presentation. I will focus on what scholarships ACU offers. Now, ACU offers a range of scholarships. 2 of those most important scholarships are mentioned here. #1 is the International Student Scholarship, which is on the left of your screen. I will come to the Global Excellence Scholarship after. Now, International Student Scholarship is a scholarship that is going on right now. Applications are open for it. We are almost at the end of it. Today is the 28th of September. We usually close the scholarship on the 30th of September. Now, if there is an extension, we will advise you. Usually it gets popular and gets extended by 2 weeks, but we're not sure this year how it's going to go. 2020 has been a very different year. So International Student Scholarship is open to all commencing undergraduate and postgraduate international students. So this is particularly only for international students. You will not be competing with domestic Australian students whatsoever. It's a merit-based scholarship. It's very, very important that students understand that when they apply to ACU for an offer for a program of their choice, and if they have achieved 80% average in their previous education, they can apply for the scholarship as well. 80% average minimum, like a GPA of 5.75 on a 7, or let's say it's easier to calculate 80%. Whatever score you got previously in Australia or in your home country, we will need to check and make sure it's got 80%. If you've got 80%, you are eligible to make an application for the scholarship. 20 students every year, top 20 students who have got about 80% get the scholarship. So basically the scholarship covers 50% of your tuition fee of the program of your choice. It could be both an undergraduate or a postgraduate program. Now, it's not a flat 50%. It's not up to 50%. It's actually a flat 50%. So if you receive the scholarship, you know for sure, for example, if you're chosen, let's say a bachelor's business program, which would normally cost you about $80,000 across 3 years. Now slash that by 50% and your tuition fee will be 50% of the overall tuition fee. Now that's a very important scholarship. That's very important to understand that it will be a 50% flat scholarship. You'll have to continue to perform well in your study. You have to at least have a GPA of 4 on a 7 to continue to get the scholarship every semester. Again, you're not applying for the scholarship every time. You're just maintaining a certain score to continue to get your scholarship. And that's very, very important to understand. It's offered in 2 rounds. The main round is this one that's going on in September for the February intake. The second round of scholarship will happen in the mid-year intake, which is around May, June next year for the July 2021 intake. So please understand there are 2 rounds of scholarship. How do you apply for the scholarship? Contact Australian Centre, make an application for a degree program at ACU first, receive the offer letter from ACU, and apply for the scholarship. You need a 5-digit reference number, and then you apply for the International Student Scholarship. Top 20 students, 50% scholarship. It's been the most popular scholarship. ACU was actually one of the first universities to have introduced ISS, and now you see a lot of universities offering ISS in their own form and format, but ACU was obviously the first university to introduce a flat 50% scholarship. And it's been consistently going on where many other universities don't offer it anymore, but ACU has been consistently doing it for many years. The second type of scholarship on your screen is the Global Excellence Scholarship. Now, this is very interesting. So in celebration of university's ongoing success in our global rankings, especially in the Faculty of Law and Business, Peter Faber Business School, our business school within the university, is awarding scholarships to both undergraduate and postgraduate business, IT, accounting, commerce management program students to get a scholarship. Now, you can apply for an undergraduate business or a postgraduate business or an IT program. You will automatically receive a $5,000 per year scholarship, depending on the duration of your program. Now, if a student takes up, say, for example, a Bachelor of Business and a Bachelor of Commerce double degree, they'll get $20,000 scholarship because that's a 4-year program. If you take up a standard 3-year program, like a Bachelor of Business or just a Bachelor of Commerce program, you will automatically receive $15,000 scholarship across 3 years. That's $5,000 per year. Second year is $10,000, and the third year you will receive a total of $15,000. It's computed every semester, so you will receive $2,500 per semester for the duration of your program. Same thing applies if you're applying for a master's degree program. Now, the master's degree program, if you're applying for example, like a master's in business administration, master's of IT, master's of professional accounting, any undergraduate or postgraduate business IT programs, the scholarship is automatic. Now, for MBA, for example, Masters of Business Administration, students can apply for the degree, and usually the master's degree is a $64,000 program for 2 years. Now, you'll say, wow, $64,000 expensive. But when you automatically deduct $10,000 from the scholarship, this fee will come down to $54,000 for 2 years. Now, that's more achievable, and that's obviously more affordable. That's $27,000 a year, $13,500 per semester for a very quality MBA program. And that's money well spent from a proper university and a very famous university like ACU. So you don't have to make a specific scholarship application with a Global Excellence Scholarship. It's automatically offered to you in your offer letter once you apply and you get an offer letter from the program. However, the previous scholarship, which I just spoke about on your left of your screen, the International Student Scholarship, you must apply for the program first, you will get the offer letter, and then apply for the scholarship because there's a particular application portal for the scholarship. We don't assess students for the ISS based on the percentage right away. We actually wait for them to make an application. A committee sits, makes a decision, and we'll come back to you by, I think, September, October, November. Students will know the outcome of the ISS scholarship. Whereas the Global Excellence Scholarship, the outcome's quicker. You receive the outcome of the scholarship when you receive the offer. If you've got the offer, you've got the scholarship. If you are a holder of the Global Excellence Scholarship, please remember, if you think you're applying, if you've not heard of the GES, but you also have applied for a program at ACU, already have an offer, open your offer letter and see if it's a business program and if the scholarship has been mentioned. If it's not been mentioned, you need to contact ACU. You need to actually contact your counselors at AC. They will contact us and we'll make sure that's rectified. It's never really happened, but just in case if you missed offering your scholarship, it will be definitely mentioned to you on the offer. Whereas for the International Student Scholarship, you must have an offer letter. Now, if you're sitting on an offer from ACU for any other program and you think you want to apply for the ISS, please apply for the ISS right away. The applications, from my understanding, closes at 11:59 p.m., 59 seconds on the 30th of September, 2020. That's 2 days from now. So these are the two of the most popular scholarships that we offer. Just moving on, I can see some comments coming in. We'll take questions at the end. The next one I want to mention about, there are quite a few other scholarships available. Now, this is not a dollar value I'm putting, but please keep an eye. There are the Australian government scholarships, like the Australian Award scholarships. There's the Endeavour scholarships. There's scholarships offered by private companies, scholarships offered by international foundations, by your local government. There are a lot of other scholarships. ACU has scholarships ranging from $500 to $50,000, different scholarships for different nationalities and different purposes. It's very important that you do a lot of research with what scholarships might be available. Have a look at the Australian Award scholarships. It's important because Australian government works with a lot of governments across the world and offers scholarship to skilled applicants from top universities, from select countries and select governments. And you never know, you might be eligible for the scholarship. Now that's something that you'll have to look for yourself. Universities don't have that sort of information. If you just do Australian Awards or Endeavour Award scholarship, that's another scholarship that's available. Based on this, I just wanted to mention another thing. There is a very interesting scholarship called the Destination Australia Scholarship. I didn't mention that in the presentation today, the reason why it's not been approved yet for 2021. But what is the Destination Australia? Any student studying in a designated regional campus of a university could get about up to $15,000 per year scholarship by the government of Australia. Now, this was done in 2020, so many of our 42 ACU students received the Destination Australia Scholarship in 2020, which is 21 international and 21 domestic students. It was a lot of money spent by the government of Australia. With the ongoing COVID-19 restrictions and pandemic and the economic turmoil that we are in, it was advised and people thought and assumed that the Destination Australia Scholarship may not go on. However, we have been proven wrong. The government of Australia has actually, the Department of Education and Training has come out of support saying it will continue and there is funding available for the Destination Australia Scholarship, which means keep an eye about the Destination Australia Scholarship. And ACU's Ballarat campus received 42 places. There are quite a few courses available in our Ballarat campus. You never know, if you have an offer to study at Ballarat campus at ACU, you might receive a scholarship by the government. When will you know? You'll probably know that by the end of this year or early next year, as long as you have chosen to study in ACU's Ballarat campus. Again, for more information, log on to Department of Education and Training's website. It's called the Destination Australia Scholarship. I purposely not put it here on this seminar because it's not an ACU scholarship. It's a scholarship that our students get from the government of Australia for students studying in Ballarat. So that's something that you might want to explore. Again, it's called the Destination Australia Scholarship. Google it and you'll learn more. We'll move on a bit, just a couple more slides before I hand back to AC. English scholarships. Now, this is an exciting scholarship that we have. We offer ELICO scholarships to our students. ACU offers a wide range of English programs in Melbourne, Brisbane, and Sydney. English for academic purposes is obviously one of our most popular English programs, along with the general English program that we offer. There is a standard scholarship. We offer that for a set number of countries. Now, 20% ELICO scholarship for all English for academic purposes, EAP and GE programs. 20% scholarships are offered for all countries from Latin America, Italy, Spain, Cambodia, Myanmar, Laos, Taiwan, and Thailand. These countries, if you're a national of this country, you will receive a flat 20% scholarship from our ELICO center. Now, if you're from Brazil, very special treatment, you'll get 25% scholarship. The reason why 25% for Brazil, it's one of our first scholarships that we started offering many, many years ago. And it was approved that we should offer them 25%, but many other countries got added onto it, which is why it was reduced to 20%. But Brazil never really reduced, so we're continuing to give 25% to Brazil, Brazilian students, 20% scholarship for all the other nationalities that's mentioned there. So $380 per week is the tuition fee before scholarship. It usually, if it's 20% scholarship, it drops down to about $304. And if it's 25%, it drops down to $288 per week for both EAP and general English. Students can take up to 5 weeks of English to 30 weeks of EAP program. And if they're doing general English, they can do minimum 5 weeks of English up to 40 weeks of English for the duration of a 1-year program. So that's the special ELICO scholarship that we have, that we offer to our international students exclusively from the countries that I've mentioned. I will be floating around a flyer to AC, so they can probably pass it on to you to anyone who's probably interested. So what can you study at ACU? We finished the scholarship section. There are various programs. I know a lot of students are here in Australia on a working holiday visa or on a diploma course, looking at exploring opportunities to study a bit further. ACU offers diploma programs in business information systems, commerce, educational studies, liberal arts, visual arts and design, and youth work. These are usually the 1-year diploma programs students do. At the completion of the 1-year diploma, they will probably go on and do a bachelor's degree and get 1-year credit for the studies that they've done. And this is done at ACU College, which is an RTO within our ACU campuses. And most of the diplomas are available on all the campuses of ACU. So availability of the courses is not a problem. So again, diploma courses usually are cheaper in price. The students might want to do a 1-year diploma first, leading to a bachelor's degree, and probably even reduce the tuition fee doing that way. What are the study areas? There are various courses. I won't go in detail because I'm running short of time, but there are various courses the ACU offers within the 4 faculties of the university. There's allied health, speech pathology, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, social work, youth work, business, creative arts, visual arts, media, design, early childhood education, primary education, secondary teaching education, both at undergraduate and postgraduate level. There's global studies, humanities, social sciences, information technology, law. Any budding lawyers from in the audience today, please be advised. ACU will be offering the Bachelor of Laws program in Brisbane from next year. So anyone who wants to become a lawyer in Australia can take up a 3-year Bachelor of Law degree, graduate entry, and then you can probably become a lawyer and apply for registration as a lawyer or a solicitor here in Australia. ACU's biggest program is nursing. We offer that in Brisbane as well. But be aware that ACU has filled up all its seats across all campuses for nursing program for 2021. It's very gratifying to see that ACU is so popular for next year. Many other universities still have a lot of seats, I guess, for nursing. ACU is completely full. Even though we have increased our quota for nursing students, we have filled all our capacity for next year. So all the applications for the nursing will be now accepted only for 2022, as 2021 nursing is full. Every other course is available except for the nursing program. We offer courses in psychology. If students are wanting to become psychologists in Australia, public health, health administration, sports and exercise science, which is a very popular offering at ACU, at both bachelors of exercise and sports science and masters of clinical exercise physiology. As I mentioned about teaching, again, at both undergraduate, postgraduate level, ACU offers excellent courses in both teaching and education areas. There's theology courses as well, theological sciences. Anyone wants to study religion, or theological studies, research areas, study of religions, Christian thought, Catholic thinking, you can definitely apply for theology courses as well. So quite a wide variety of courses ACU has on offer. How do you apply? Normally, this slide would say, please go online and apply, but I wouldn't say that today. You have to contact your nearest AC office. They will let you make an application. Sorry, AC, I've copied your logo without your permission. Forgive me for that. But
you did a good job.
Thank you. I hope I didn't get into trouble for that. So you need to contact AC's office. They will assist you make an application. There'll be a primary agency who will send us the application and we'll be in touch with them. Please note that your application from an ACU point of view, there's no application fee when you make an application via AC. So that $100 application fee is waived off and AC will probably offer their services. That's pretty much it for me. ACU has a really strong social media handle. Watch ACU's videos on Instagram, on YouTube, YouTube channels, and there's a lot of engagement happening. There's a lot of information, and there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of fun stuff going on, and very informative things as well. There's student ambassadors talking. There are faculties discussing things, important issues, and basically the whole idea of what ACU is taught. You know, what do you become at completing a degree with ACU, and the work integrated learning, the opportunity of finding placements during the study. All those are important areas that ACU offers, which is what the videos also talk about. That's pretty much it from me. I hope I'm on time. I've not gone over. If there are any questions, I'm happy to take. Thank you, guys.
Great. Thanks for sharing all this information with us and some information about Destination Australia, which applies pretty much to like all the universities that are participating here today.
Absolutely.
So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for sharing the information with us. And next I have Laura from Torrens University. Welcome, Laura.
Hello everyone. How are you? Let me share my screen. Just give me a sec. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm Laura. I'm based in Brisbane, and I'm the marketing coordinator from Latin America. So all the questions regarding Latin American students, please come to me. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about Torrens University. So Torrens University is part of the biggest group of universities in the world that the name is Laureate. We have at Torrens, we are in 4 cities, Brisbane, Sydney, Adelaide, and Melbourne, and you have the possibility to move between the cities. So what that means that if you start in Brisbane and then you find a job in Sydney or you want to apply for a regional area, you can move to Adelaide, so give you a lot of flexibility in your studies. Also, we include in our programs industry placements for all our undergraduate programs. We also have small classes, so our classes are maximum 25 people. And we have a team that since day number 1 is going to support you during your studies, that the name is Success Coaches. So they can tell you, for example, what kind of subjects enroll in case that you are looking for a specific profile or a specific job when you graduate. So our approach, I believe, is more about work, what you really need to learn for being ready for the industry and for work, okay? So this is our international student mix. We have in 6 continents, 118 countries. We have nationalities, all kind of nationalities, 164 nationalities. So you're gonna meet and you're gonna have class with all kind of students. Remember that we don't split the students. So that means that you're gonna have the chance to have or to learn about the Australian culture as well. So we are the newest and the fastest growing university in Australia. We are really young, but we have been growing so fast. Our level of employability of our graduates is 90%. As I said, our focus is that you're gonna learn what you really need for the industry. Some of our rankings. So our MBA is number 20, according to the CEO magazine. And we are owners of Blue Mountains, that is number 1 School of Hospitality in Asia Pacific. We also have 2 schools of design, Media Design and Billy Blue College of Design, that they have been in the market for really long, and they won a lot of prizes as well. So this is our location. So as you can say, all the cities that I mentioned before, and we have one school of design in New Zealand. Okay, so our verticals. So we have 6 verticals in the university. We have business, design, health, education. We have hospitality. We also have all the design, and we have English as well. So if we talk about business, we have all kind of bachelors. We have from diploma until master. So we have diplomas, bachelors, and we also have masters. If we talk about the popular courses out of Torrens University, I will believe will be the dual masters. So the dual master is a course that you do, a master take 2 years, but a dual master also take 2 years. So if you are someone that has, for example, an engineer background and would like to come to Australia, study, and then apply for a post-study visa, you will have 2 possibilities to apply to 2 different industries to have a work experience. That's one of our, I believe, our best sellers. In hospitality, we have 2 schools of hospitality, Blue Mountains, and we also have William Blue. In William Blue, we have our own restaurant in front of the Opera House where the students do the placement. We pay the students for the placement, so it's 600 hours and we pay them. So they're gonna have the full experience. And in Blue Mountains, we have networking events, and the hotels, the best hotels of Australia, come and pick the students that they want for the placement. So it's also really high quality, pretty much guaranteed. So in design, we have 2 schools of design. We have Billy Blue and Media Design School. Media Design School is based in everything related animation. So our students, they do the placement in PlayStation. They participate in animation like The Lord of the Rings, Avatar, this kind of animations. And in Billy Blue is more about traditional design as a fashion design, interior design, graphic design, etc. In education, we also offer education. We have innovation and change. We also have autism, special education, focus on that. In health, we have all kind of courses in beauty, nutrition, Chinese medicine, public health, and we also have nursing in Brisbane. And English, we have English from general English until EAP. The good thing is because you can come and do the whole experience with us. Since you start to learn English in general English, then you jump to English with academic purposes, and then you do the internal pathway with the university. Why this is so important? First, because you have the possibility to enjoy all the facilities of a real university. You're going to have the possibility to meet Australian students that any other small school of English will give you this. And also you're going to know and going to learn how work the university. So when you start to do your master or your bachelor, you know everything about the university. Some of our campuses are open 24 hours. So you have a swipe card that you can come anytime and study. So we have a really good promotion for English that is $200 per week, free materials and free enrollment for all the students. So about the scholarships that I believe what all of you wants to know. So we have a lot of scholarships, but for Latin America, we have a really good scholarship that is the 30% scholarship for business. So all the courses of business, doesn't matter which one, so can be accounting, can be MBA, can be global project management, can be engineering management, doesn't matter which course you would like to do, has 30%, and it's for the whole duration of the course. That is the really important. So it's really, really affordable. The only way to lose the scholarship is if you lose the subject. You lose the scholarship in the subject, but the other subject will keep the scholarship pretty much. And how you get a scholarship at Torrens? Well, it's really easy, just with your passport. We don't gonna make you fill any form, or you don't have to compete with anyone. Just with your nationality, you will get your scholarship. So For all the health and design courses, we have 15% scholarship. For all the education courses, 20% scholarship. We also have a 25% scholarship as a merit scholarship and the 30%. So all of these for all our students from Latin America. Of course, if you have any doubt because you are not sure which scholarship is should be elected for the course that you want to do, just contact AC and they will help you and they will explain you which one will be. It will be the 30%, the 20, or like this. Okay? So questions. Does anyone has any questions?
Well, we might, I know that Carol is probably answered some of the questions via the chat, and we might have some others at the end. I have realized that you guys have just recently launched a Master of Engineering program, which has been quite popular. So if there's an engineer there and wants to know a little bit more about the new Torrens program, please do let us know. And yeah, we can talk to you guys about it. Well, bear in mind that we invite you, all of you guys, after this presentation to contact our team, and then we're gonna try to check what's the best option for you. And if necessary, we can also schedule a meeting with the university that you're more interested in, okay? So next, we have Patrick from, hello? Hello? Sorry, I guess you guys can hear me. So I would like to invite Patrick to join us. And right after Patrick, Patrick is from QUT, and after Patrick, we're gonna talk to Margot from University of Queensland. Welcome, Patrick.
Boa tarde, everyone. Vini, buenas tardes, everybody else as well today. So I am Patrick from QUT. How has everyone? I hope everyone's doing well today. So I'm really keen to talk a little bit about QUT and about all the possibilities available to you today. So I'll just put my presentation. Oh, there you go. So I need to share my screen. So is making sure that the screen is all there for you guys?
Yep.
Yes, all good?
All good.
Excellent. Well, thank you once again. Like I said, my name is Patrick Harney. I am based here at QUT in Brisbane. So hopefully we'll get to see a lot of students today, either based in Australia or if in the case that you may be based somewhere else in the world, we'd love to welcome you to our campus. Today we'll cover a little bit about Brisbane. I won't touch much about that, but obviously we'll talk a little bit about why QUT, programs available, and the most important thing obviously is the scholarships available to you today, and a little bit of student life. So what it is to be a QUT student and how much fun you can have in our campuses. So we'll go through all that, but obviously scholarships will be something very important for us to know. Now, in case that you probably haven't heard, Brisbane is the sunniest state or capital city in Australia. It is beautiful right now. We've got about just basically sunny days all year round. I know for 2019, we got ranked number 22 in the world in terms of best student cities. And we do have a lovely sized population, I think of 2.5 million people. So not too big, not too small. So again, and we're not too far from one of the best beaches in the world. So if you didn't know about it, Brisbane is definitely the place to come and live and study, that's for sure. Now, where is QUT in terms of Brisbane? So as you can see, we're in the peninsula, in the middle of the city. We've got two beautiful campuses. We got the Gardens Point campus and the Kelvin Grove campus. So in the case that you live near the city, you're probably most easiest thing is to walk to campus, or you can get a bicycle, or you can go by a ferry or the city hopper, which is free of charge, the little boats that go around the city So it is quite easy way to come to study, go to work, and go back to sleep in your student accommodation, which is not too far from the campuses. Also, some students may study in different campuses within our university, so they may go from one campus to the other. We've got a free shuttle bus to all our students here at the university. So that's very, very easy thing to do. So as mentioned, we got two main campuses for QUT. Gardens Point campus is, I guess, our main campus, so it's the oldest one here. We got around 32,000 students in this particular campus. So if you're thinking of studying any of the areas of business, law and justice, science, engineering, technology, you'll definitely come to the Gardens Point campus. In the case that you are doing anything to do with creative industries, education, or health, you will definitely study at our Kelvin Grove campus. Now, in terms of our English program, our QT college is based at Kelvin Grove. So, but like I mentioned, many of the students, as well as us that work at the university, we're always going from one campus to the other. It's actually only 10 minutes from one campus to the other. And also the bus, the free shuttle bus comes every 10 minutes. So it's so easy to go from one campus to the other. And if you're living in the city, you can definitely come to Kelvin Grove with no problem whatsoever. Now, why QUT? So in terms of, I know we talk a lot about rankings. Some students may not think rankings is that important, but look, in terms of the rankings for young universities, QUT is only 27 years of age, so we're very young. We were ranked #1 in Australia for the Times Higher Education in 2020, and we're number 14th in the world. So you definitely know you're gonna come to a very, you know, a good university in terms of ranking wise. Also, as mentioned, it is a large university. We've got currently around 50,000 students, and we got around 8,500 international students at the university. So one thing that we definitely agree is that you'll meet Australian students, because you know there'll be around 42,000 Australian students that will be in your classes. So that experience will be there. But also we got around 140 different students from different countries. So you'll definitely get to meet students from all over the world. And look, we do have Latin American students. So in the case that you miss talking in Portuguese, which we don't really, we hope that you don't talk much Portuguese while you're at QUT, or Spanish. We definitely have students from those countries as well. If you're feeling a little bit homesick and you need to talk a little bit of, you know, our Latin American languages in there. The other things that we really talk a lot about, it's rankings within particular majors at the university. So this is important as well when you are applying for certain scholarships from other countries. I'm thinking like if you're from Colombia, a lot of the funding bodies, if you're not in the top 200, they will not provide you funds for coming to study at the university. So in this case, I put a couple of those ones here in terms of in the top 100 in the world for 2020. And it goes from the areas of communication all the way to engineering, and some business courses as well will be in the top 200. So this is very important to know that if you're willing to get some funds from some external government bodies, you need to go to a good university and to go to areas where they're ranked within the top 200 in the world. So we'll talk a little bit more obviously about the possibilities of getting those funds in the scholarships section a bit later on. Now, in terms of other opportunities, we got a lot of things to do with, to do more with business or working after or during your time at the university. So things like work integrated learning, and that's like doing projects within your time at the university. We got OSX, which means we'll find you jobs while you're studying with us in teams. We got lots of leadership and development areas within university to help you become more of a leader once you leave the university, and obviously lots of workshops available to find jobs as well. So it's all not only about the educational part, but also a lot to do with finding jobs afterwards. And that's one of the ethos of the university as well. Now, one of the things that we're very, very pleased to say is that we are big into entrepreneurship and innovation. Actually, we have run quite a lot of workshops with MIT, that's in Massachusetts, University of Technology, and I know that one of our main persons here that's today was Vinny from Australian Centre, came to QUT to do a whole program within the entrepreneurship with QUT and MIT. And again, look, all we gotta say is like in terms of QUT have more founders of startups than any other university in Queensland. We're providing lots of funds for students that not only will be studying a particular area within the university, but if you got a good concept or a good business idea, the university is more than willing to help you grow those ideas into real concepts, real businesses. So again, it's not only about the educational part, but also about what you can do outside the university once you graduate. So definitely entrepreneurship is one of those big things that are part of the university here at QUT. The other thing that we always talk about as well, it's our big partnerships with industry. We work with both large companies, multinationals, nationals, as well as small companies that may need that extra help to grow their business. So obviously it's not all about the big companies, but we also work with smaller companies to really help them out and grow them quite large, in large sense. Now, in terms of facilities, like many of the universities in Australia, we are very blessed in terms of having really fantastic facilities. In terms for research, we got the Cube, which is I would say it's the largest iPad in the world. It's 2 stories high, and you can basically, you know, use it like a big iPad. We got the Sphere, which is one of our new learning spaces. The Sphere is literally a 10-ton circle electronic board that's circular, and we're using it for a lot of the areas within education. So again, if you come to the university, you'll be highly impressed by the actual facilities that you'll be able to work and also use whilst you're studying with the university. Now, what can you study? So today we'll touch briefly on the areas that you can study, but really today's more about the different scholarships that you can do. So we got areas of business, creative industries, education, health, law and justice, science and engineering, and obviously English pathways. In terms of, I'll just briefly talk about, we got about 650 different courses, both in diplomas, certificates, undergraduate programs, master's programs, master's by research, and to PhD. So again, we got a wide range of variety of different things that you can study. So I will touch a little bit on some major points on what we can offer you as a student. And in terms of business, our university was ranked number 85th in the world in the 2020 Times Higher Education rankings this year. We also had the Triple Crown accreditation, which we were the first university in Australia to obtain this. And basically it's the accreditations, which is the WACSB, which is the American accreditation. We got the EQUIS, which is the European accreditation, and we got the AMBA. This is the international MBA. So with these 3 accreditations, pretty much means that if you study at the University of QUT, and you decide later on after you graduate to live, study or work in the United States, back in Brazil or Colombia or Canada, France, it doesn't matter. You are accredited in any part of the world because of your Triple Crown accreditation. So again, it's only, I think, there are about 81 or 82 universities in the whole world that have the Triple Crown accreditation, and QUT was the first one in Australia to receive this. In terms of creative industries, QUT was number 1 in Australia, and we're 17th in the world in 2020. We'll talk a little bit more about, we are offering one of our masters in media and communications this year, and that's a 2-year program as well. So again, very much if you're thinking of doing a master's and you're thinking of getting some funds to come to Australia to study, you definitely got a very good program in this one. The other one that I would like to touch base on, it's within our science and engineering. A lot of our engineering courses will have 30 days of work experience as part of the program. Now, as you may realize, getting experience in Australia is very crucial because a lot of the companies really not only require you to have obviously your your certificate of the university, but also that you have some experience as part of that. So that's one of the good things that QT offers our students, not only work experience, but also the other big thing that we offer is with Masters of Engineering, professional engineering, you will also get accreditation with Australian Engineers Australia. So now not all engineer programs in Australia offers you this, but this is something included in our professional engineering masters of 2 years. So that's a very important thing. If you decide not to come to study engineering with QUT, is that when you do apply to another university course, you have to ask whether if it's got the Engineers Australia accreditation as part of it. So that's one good thing about our program, that once you finish, you can then automatically be Engineers Australia as part of that. So you can be an engineer and work as an engineer in Australia. So that's a very huge part of the program that we offer with a master's program. Now, I won't go through all of this, but again, you can see the different areas that we do offer at QUT in terms of creative industries. We got things such as acting, architecture, dance, fashion. So we got all of those things. In terms of IT, we got your normal computer science, we got software technologies, but we also got computer games design. So if you like your creating computer games, by all means, this is a fantastic university for that kind of stuff. We have science and mathematics as part of our programs. Now, be aware that ours is an applied mathematics. If you're looking more theory-based, our friends at UQ will be able to help you with that one. In terms of business, we got around 12 majors as part of this. If you're thinking of doing a master's, they're all of 2 years of duration. In engineering, we got things such as chemical, civil and construction, computer and software systems, aerospace, mechanical, mechatronics, medical, and good project management is a very, a very popular one of ours as well. So as well as we got lots of health programs, and we also got law and justice. So this is the main areas that we offer our students in the areas of study at the university. Now let's talk about the main things that we come here today. That's our scholarships. Now, let's begin with scholarships in our English programs. So firstly, if you're doing any program within our business school, it just means that we'll provide you with free English up to 25 weeks of EAP. So in the case that you're doing a master's, or let's just say a undergraduate program, and you need to do any kind of English to get you to the course, we'll provide that for free, up to 25 weeks, which is about 6 months program. So that could mean for you as a student about, I think it's, if you do 25 weeks, it's around $15,000 that you'll save by doing this, getting the scholarship with us. The other thing that we're offering at this point in time is free online English lessons, but you must register for these free online English lessons. Now, if you do register and you do 1 week's online program of English, you can receive up to 50% discount on any of your EAP courses afterwards. So again, even if you're doing engineering and you do 1 week's free English lessons, you're trying before you buy kind of thing, you will definitely receive the 50% EAP discount on your program in English later on. So again, that's a very popular one for students that maybe based somewhere in, I guess, in Brazil or Colombia or Mexico, or if you're probably based in Melbourne or maybe here in Brisbane, and you want to have a look at what it is to study in QT college, your English, do it. It's free of charge. And then if you enjoy that and you want to do further continue your English, then we'll give you a 50% discount on that particular program. So that's a really, really good program to have. Now, in terms of our master's and undergraduate programs, we got our international merit scholarships. That is pretty much a 25% discount on your first 2 semesters. You don't apply for this particular scholarships. We're just going to look at your GPAs in your previous studies. Now, usually we'd say here in Australia, if you compare it to QUT, you need a 6 out of 7, or it's around an 85% intake to get the scholarship for us. So So that's all you need. So once you put your application through with all your paperwork, as I said, your documentation, we will have a look at that, and we automatically will make a decision whether you meet the criteria to get the 25% tuition fee discounts. Now, once you're in Australia, or once you're in Brisbane at QUT, after your first 2 semesters, we'll have another look at your GPA. If you have a 5.5 out of 7, then we'll provide you another 25% for your following year. So students can save up to $17,000 to $20,000 if you're doing a master's here at QUT by receiving this scholarship. So again, it's available to all programs available at the university. So not only to a particular area, it's to all areas of the university. Now, QUT has been blessed, I suppose, in the last couple of years that we had lots of research students coming from all over the world, and obviously from students based here in Australia as well. So we got our scholarships for research. Now, if you're South American, and usually we're looking at the main ones, Colombia, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, Peru, you can apply to the South American scholarships. That's 2 100% tuition scholarships plus extras I got here. So that means that we'll pay you close to $30,000 a year as a salary. We'll pay, if you're outside of Australia, we'll pay for your flights and your OHHC. So it's a fantastic scholarship for 2 students to come and do a PhD at the university. The other one that we offer is QUT, the QUT Pra scholarship, which is basically your living costs up to 3 years, and we're paying around $28,000 a year to live here in Brisbane with us. So again, that's a fantastic scholarship for our students doing a bit of research with us. And finally, we do have scholarship agreements with Colfuturo if you're from Colombia, and NID if you're from Chile. And we're offering 100% PhDs. For Colfuturo, we're actually offering 5 of those ones with them. And we're offering 3 Masters by Research scholarships for Colfuturo. And with ANID, which is the Chilean program, we're offering 2 100% PhDs and 2 Masters by Research scholarships. So again, please apply for these ones as well. And we've definitely received quite a few students coming from Colombia and Chile receiving this award. So it is very good programs that you can apply for. Now, as I mentioned, there is some student life that we like to mention a little bit. So don't forget, there's over 150 clubs and societies available to you once you become a QUT student. I belong to 2. I belong to one that's called QUT Brewers. We brew our own beer. So again, it's not all about, about study. So I belong to that one. And I also belong to LASA, which is the Latin American Student Association here at the university. And in this one, our own students provide Spanish lessons to students that want to learn how to speak Spanish. And we also offer Portuguese to Australians that want to learn how to speak Portuguese here at the university. We also have salsa dancing. And then if you actually live here in Brisbane or in Australia, you probably realize the Australians can't dance. So that's another little service that we provide as Latin American students to Australians here at the campus to help them really live a little bit of the Latin American lifestyle with us. Again, we got lots of fitness and sporting facilities at the university. 2 years ago, we opened our stadium of football, our soccer stadium. We got 2 gymnasiums at the university, 1 in each campus. We got Olympic-sized swimming pools. We got a 1,000-meter square gym as well, which I try to go once a week, which sometimes I can't with 2 kids. But, you know, again, lots of students can go there. And it's very reasonable pricings as well. And lastly, a little bit more about sports. We got lots of different sports that you can come and play with us. We got, you know, basketball, we got baseball, we got Quidditch, if you like that kind of stuff. But also, if you're Brazilian, and I know the Brazilians love surfing, we got QUT Surfers, which we usually go to the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Byron Bay. Now that, and let me tell you, Byron Bay just opened up on the 1st of October in the Queensland bubble. So Queenslanders or our students can move from Brisbane to Byron Bay from the 1st of October with no issues. So that's one good thing for our QUT surfers. And also we got QT snow riders if you're more involved in the snow sports. When borders were open, we used to go a lot to Melbourne, or well, to Victoria Alps, the New South Wales Alps, or New Zealand and Japan. So again, for those ones that like more the cold weather programs, we definitely got those kinds of sports available to you. I will leave the questions till the end of today's speech. So again, if you've got any questions regarding the scholarships, put it there, and we can answer them a bit later on today. Thank you.
All right, Patrick, thank you so much. It's nice to have you here today. And next, we have Margot from UQ. Welcome, Margot. It would be great to hear a little bit more about UQ and the scholarship options that you guys offer.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Juan, for having us, and also to Australian Centre. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. Okay, I'll get started by sharing my screen then. Let's go. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Margot Chandler, and I work in the Faculty of Science at the University of Queensland, or UQ as we like to call it for short. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you today to speak with you, and of course my sincerest thanks to Australian Centre for helping to organise today's webinar. So let's get started and learn a little bit about the University of Queensland. So as you would have heard from my colleague at QUT just then, Brisbane is an absolutely beautiful place to study at. You may not have heard of Brisbane per se. You've probably heard of Sydney and Melbourne and the Gold Coast. Brisbane is in the northeastern part of Australia, in the state of Queensland. We're the capital city here, and we're close by to the Gold Coast, about an hour away, as was just being mentioned in the previous presentation. And Brisbane itself is a wonderful city to live in. It offers the perfect balance between a big city lifestyle, natural beauty, and it has a great deal of friendly locals from many different nationalities. We enjoy over 300 days each year of sunshine, absolutely beautiful weather. It's a subtropical humid heat in summer, and then you have sort of cool afternoon storms and a very mild winter. So it's a really fantastic place if you love the outdoors. And of course, we have some beautiful surrounds as well in Australia, but also specifically in Queensland. So Brisbane is a really thriving multicultural city. It has an innovation-led economy and an enviable outdoor lifestyle. We're a global hub in scientific innovation, mining and resources, technology, education, and many cultural attractions are available here too. We actually have one of the lowest costs of living in comparison with other Australian cities, and we offer a range of quality purpose-built student accommodation as well. So we're very safe and welcoming for international students. It's extremely multicultural. We have, I guess, people from over 200 nationalities and people who speak over 220 languages as well. And of course, we're on the doorstep of many beautiful attractions like the Great Barrier Reef, the Daintree Rainforest, many coastal beaches like the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast and Byron Bay. And of course, we have many famous theme parks here like Movie World and SeaWorld. Now, why study at university? Maybe you are passionate and you know exactly what you want to do after high school. Maybe you're on track for a career. You've got your bachelor degree and you're thinking about going back for your postgraduate studies. I know in the context of COVID-19 though, many people are thinking about, is now the right time to study? Can we travel internationally? You know, do I wait a year? These are all very good questions, but I guess as we're starting to see around the world, this process may take some time. We are hoping very much so that a vaccine will be developed in the next 6 months or so. Would be wonderful. We're very eager to get international students back in Australia and revamp our beautiful country. But really, I guess a lot of people are thinking about putting things on hold. And the question you have to ask yourself is now the right time to put things on hold? Or should you take advantage of this sort of pause that everybody is taking globally, and actually take advantage of that by doing some studies while you can? So we have pivoted a lot of what we're doing over the last 9 months or so to allow students to study online, which is a fantastic thing. And hopefully we will be able to leverage that and really continue that even once we're able to open our borders. So we have many students who will actually start studying from overseas, and then maybe next year, we're hoping, we'll be able to come to Australia. And of course, you have to think more broadly and long term. Why are you looking to study? A good thing about Australia is it's known for its very diverse and welcoming people. You are able to gain work experience while you study. So international students can actually work for up to 40 hours a fortnight in Australia. So you can help pay for your cost of living. And students have the opportunity to stay in Australia once they have graduated for work. So they can take advantage of something called a post-study work visa. And there are many pathways to permanent residency available as well. There's also the fact that our education institutions make students very work ready, and they help students to understand what it takes to succeed in the global workforce. So an Australian qualification is really going to help boost your employability. It will be a very attractive potential, you will be a very attractive potential employee to lots and lots of companies. Now, looking more closely at UQ in terms of our global reputation, we are one of the world's most respected universities, and we consistently rank in the top 50 universities worldwide. You may not know this, but UQ actually has a team of experts who are working to develop a COVID-19 vaccine at the moment via a rapid response platform. So we are one of 3 organizations that have been tasked by the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations, CEPI, and we've entered into an agreement with global biotech leader CSL Limited to actually support the clinical development and industrial scale manufacturing, so that we can actually do some initial production in the order of 100 million doses by the end of the year. The early preclinical trials, which commenced here in Brisbane in July, are showing very, very promising results, and hopefully they will be successful with a vaccine potentially available as early as 2021. So we're really hoping that we're able to get this underway. And of course, this is our fabulous team of scientists. If you happen to be studying something like biotechnology or science or biomedical sciences, these may be some of your lecturers. Okay, very quickly, let's take a look at our campuses. UQ actually has 3 campuses in the city I should say 2 campuses in the city of Brisbane and 1 in southeast Queensland, a little bit further away. This is our beautiful St. Lucia campus. It is considered one of the most beautiful campuses in the world, just 7 kilometres from Brisbane city centre, and it is available to access by the Brisbane River through something called our city cats, which are ferries. Beautiful way to travel to university. It's an ideal study, research and living environment. We have beautiful sandstone buildings, parklands and lakes, and we're actually surrounded by the Brisbane River, which you'll see in a moment. We have 7 libraries on campus, 24-hour study areas, and really students have access to absolutely everything they could possibly need. It's kind of like a city within a city. There's sporting venues, shops, banks, cafes, bookshops, post offices and food outlets. We have a health service on campus offering doctors, pharmacy and dental clinics. Of course, museums, theatres and entertainment suites. And of course, we're fully accessible by transport, so bus, ferry, you can bicycle, you can take a car, lots of parking on campus as well. So this is an aerial shot of the beautiful St. Lucia campus. You can see the Brisbane CBD or city centre in the background there. So that's actually really close by as the bird flies, but you can actually take the ferry through the river up to the Brisbane city centre. And we have our science precinct based in this area here. Okay, our Hurston campus is our dedicated health campus. It is located in the heart of Brisbane's health district and is home to our medical and public health schools. So our campus there also offers the Centre for Clinical Research and the Oral Health Centre. We're right next door to the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital, the largest hospital in the Southern Hemisphere. And of course, we have the Queensland Institute of Medical Research, Berghofer Medical Research Institute there too. So this is our core campus for clinical health teaching and research. And again, it's very accessible, very close to the Brisbane city centre. And finally, our third campus is our rural campus. This is based near the town of Gatton. It is about 1 hour's drive from Brisbane. And we have a shuttle bus that operates for free for students 4 times daily. This campus is absolutely beautiful. It offers a really welcoming and friendly lifestyle, world-class teaching facilities and research facilities. And it is actually purpose-built for our agriculture and animal science programs. So it offers farms, community gardens, veterinary clinics, and all of course, the amenities and facilities you could possibly need there too. And of course, we are very well connected and have a lot of partnerships for our studies. These are some of the companies that we partner with, and many of our programs actually have internships or workplace learning embedded into the course that you're studying. So each faculty offers work integrated learning opportunities via internships, placements, networking, and of course, this is going to be an integral part of your work, and study experience. So you'll actually be growing your employment network before you graduate. Let's take a quick look at our study options. We don't have time, unfortunately, to go into all of the areas that we have on offer at UQ, but these are some of the main disciplines that we offer. And seeing as I'm from the Faculty of Science, I'm going to focus a little bit more on the science programs we have on offer. But of course, you're welcome to contact us and we can put you in touch with people if you're interested in other disciplines. So quickly looking at our science faculty, we have 6 schools, and also we are responsible for the biomedical and health sciences discipline as well. In 2020, we have continued to place highly in the international university rankings across a number of subjects and disciplines of science. So these are our global rankings, and we're very proud of this. But of course, this is just the few in the top 20 that we have. There are many more that also come in shortly thereafter. And we actually rank #1 in Australia for a number of science subjects, as you can see here. So in terms of our science disciplines, there's a few themes or areas that we cover. These are our programs that are offered in animals, environment. We also have programs in food and agriculture, both at the undergraduate and postgraduate level, data and technology as well. So this is a very comprehensive list. I know I'm not going to be able to go into absolutely everything, but it's just to give you an idea of what we have on offer. And this, of course, is our health disciplines as well. So as you can see, lots of study options to you in the Faculty of Science. And if you're interested in looking basically what I would recommend you do is to have a look at our Future Students website. So you can find details of any discipline or program that you might be interested in on the website that is listed at the very bottom of the screen here, future-students.uq.edu.au. And before you start searching in the search bar in the middle, just make sure that you have the I'm an international student selection turned on in the top right-hand corner. And that way you'll be able to search for the program that you're interested in, you will find the study drop-down box, which will actually give you the entrance requirements and rankings that you need to get into that course. And of course, all of the fees and details about the program as well. And of course, we have available to you our international study guides. I will make these slides available to Australian Centre after the presentation today. And you can actually click into these images and you'll be able to go and have a look at our undergraduate study guide, our postgraduate study guide, and also our study area guides. So by discipline or by faculty, we have study guides that get into some more detail there. And of course, if you find that you don't meet the initial entrance requirements, please don't worry, don't fret. We actually have a number of pathways to get into UQ. So you can actually gain entrance by successfully completing an approved bridging program. And I've listed some of these options here. So you can study English to improve your English. And we can actually do what's called a packaged offer. So if you need to boost your English scores before you start university, you might study at UQ's Institute of Continuing and TESOL Education, which is a fancy way of saying our English Language Institute. And we offer both the Bridging English program and the English for Academic Purposes. So they will allow you to start your studies immediately upon successfully completing those programs. There's also a foundation year. Should you find that your overall grades from university or high school maybe aren't up to the entrance requirements, you can look at doing this foundational year of studies beforehand in order to get the higher entry score. And we do also have other bridging programs. UniLearn is a fantastic option if you're just short of, or maybe didn't study one subject like mathematics or chemistry or physics or biology. You can actually take an individual course. You can do it in your own time, and it only costs about 1,000 Australian dollars. And that will help you meet some prerequisites. There's also a way to upgrade your degree through UQ College, or you can also do other tertiary studies into postgraduate, such as maybe a diploma or a graduate certificate or graduate diploma. So you can find more information on the website listed at the bottom of those slides. Most importantly, let's take a look at those scholarships that we have available. Now, again, UQ has quite a lot of scholarships on offer. I cannot possibly cover them all today. So if you want to go and take a look, please check out our scholarships website as is listed here. Now, very importantly, you can search by nationality, by whether or not you're an international or a domestic student, by study discipline, whether or not you are maybe looking for a sports scholarship or an academic scholarship. So you can filter those scholarships on our website to try and find something that's available and suitable for you. And I will mention Australian scholarships and university systems are a little bit different to what you might normally think of, say, in the USA, Canada, or even the UK. So in order to be eligible for those UQ scholarships, you usually have to apply first to study at a university in Australia. So my recommendation is make sure you find the scholarship you're interested in, find the program you're interested in, and apply first, and then you should become eligible for those other scholarship opportunities. I will also mention as well that UQ has agreements in place with key sponsorship bodies in Latin America. So this is for postgraduate and higher degree by research programs like PhDs. So this includes for Colombia, Colfuturo and the Ministry of Science and Technology, Pronabec Servier for Peru. In Paraguay, we have BECAL. In Chile, we have ANID and Becas Chile. And in Mexico, we have FUNED and CONACYT as well. And even if UQ doesn't have agreements in place with a particular Latin American government scholarship, due to our fantastic international reputation and our university's rankings, students may actually become eligible to apply for that government funding anyway. So we encourage you to please try and apply for these scholarships and get in touch with those funding bodies directly, because they may actually still be available to you for things like Cenacit in Ecuador, Cenacit in Panama, ANI in Uruguay, and Becas 100 in Bolivia. So let's take a look very quickly at some of the science scholarships we have. This is our Faculty of Science International Student Scholarship. This is a once-off 3,000 Australian dollar scholarship. We offer up to 8 per semester, and it's for new undergraduate and postgraduate students in any science discipline. It's sort of to help you with the setup costs of textbooks or your technology that you might need for your studies. Another very fantastic and exciting scholarship we have available to us is the Australian Federal Government Destination Australia Scholarships. These are aimed at promoting study in our regional campuses around Australia, and UQ's Gatton campus qualifies for this scholarship in particular. It is valued at Australian $15,000 per year, up to 4 years. So if you're doing a 4-year undergraduate program, that's potentially up to 60,000 Australian dollars you can qualify for. So it's for the duration of your studies, and it is only for international students studying undergraduate or postgraduate programs at our Gatton campus. So that's the animal sciences, agriculture and veterinary science type programs. And of course, on each of these pages, you can see the link that you can follow for more information. Next up is our International Scholarship in Conservation Biology. This is a $10,000 once-off scholarship that is open to new international students in the postgraduate or Masters of Conservation Biology program, a very exciting program indeed. And we do have the Liveris Academy undergraduate scholarships. Again, this is a fantastic scholarship arrangement where you receive up to, 10,000 Australian dollars per year, up to 6 years. And this is to study in undergraduate subjects in STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. So this is available at the moment. It closes on the 19th of October. So if you're interested, please make sure you apply soon. In addition, you may receive up to another $10,000 in support funds for exchange or internship opportunities. This is a really, really great scholarship program. And finally, we have the Scholarship in Quantitative Biology. This is our brand new scholarship that we are pleased to announce. This is for new international and domestic students with an unconditional study offer to study the Masters of Quantitative Biology. What is quantitative biology? Really quickly, if you think about the data that goes into something like tracking COVID-19 cases. So you're using something biological and you're looking at the data that goes into that. It's a whole lot more complex than that. There's all sorts of applications, but that's the simplest explanation we can provide right now. So this is to support students who are going into this brand new program, the 1.5 or 1 year fast-tracked course options. Okay, and just finally capping things off, we have a lot of international student support available to students. So that's part of our normal orientation process, but we also have a range of additional services, everything from settling in and learning about Australian culture through to accommodation and health services. And we actually have over 200 union clubs and societies on campus, including, of course, our fabulous Latin American student associations as well. So check out all that information there. If anyone has any questions, you're very welcome to ask, but I will also just share my contact details there. You're very, very welcome to get in touch with me directly via the email address listed there, science.international@uq.edu.au. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you so much. It was nice to have you here today. It was interesting also to know that for a lot of the programs you can start online and take advantage of this situation that we're currently going through, and then perhaps finish your degree once the borders are open. So thanks for sharing that opportunity with us. What we will probably also upload these presentations later in our channels. So yeah, it'll be good to revisit if you have any doubts, and obviously we're going to be answering questions very shortly as well. And one of the questions was actually related to like starting the course offshore and finishing it once the borders are open. So our last presenter today is Dani Bragança. Welcome, Dani. Thanks for being here with us today.
Hi guys, how are you? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
That's good.
Yeah.
Always good to check. Hope you guys are okay, and we're getting to the end of the webinar. So I hope you're still there and still awake. And
it's a long one, but it's very relevant content. So I'd like to know that it's being with us throughout it.
For sure. No, that's great. No, thanks for having me here. I'll start sharing my screen and we'll go from there. All right. Can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, for some reason for me it's not showing, but that's okay. All right, there you go. That's better. All right. I don't know why I had to have that photo there. You can see me, so it was just there. I just thought I'd leave it. Okay, so I'm Dani. I am the representative of Southern Cross University for Latin American students, and yeah, one of my jobs is to give support to students from Latin America looking at studying with us at Southern Cross. And I've got with me here as well Christine Martin. Christine Martin is our Manager of International Mobility and Recruitment. Very, very busy woman, so thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here, Dani. Thanks for having me.
That's really good. Thanks for being here. So yeah, I live in Lismore, in northern New South Wales, where our regional campus is located, but only 1 hour away from Gold Coast campus. So this really enables me to offer local support and direct access to key people within the university. So it's really nice to have you all here. Thank you for taking your time to learn more about us and our amazing scholarship programs, which I'll talk about a bit later. I promise I'll try to be quick and give you as much information as I can without boring you too much. So just quickly on what I'm going to cover tonight. So I'm just going to quickly go through our campuses and facilities, obviously focusing on the Gold Coast campus, which is in Coolangatta. I'll just quickly go through our student life and obviously the scholarships that we have available. More towards the end, I'll just talk to you about the alternative English language tests that we have available, a couple of our most popular programs and the new ones that we have available for 2021, and also some courses we have available to start in session 3 this year. So if you are a student who needs to start studying this year, if you want to start studying this year, there's still time. So we've got session 3, which starts at the end of October, beginning of November. We'll be a bit rushed, but we can get you there. So Southern Cross University, we're like a different kind of university in a way that we combine academic and research excellence with outstanding learning opportunities and really a commitment to what matters, from protecting and managing our nature environments all the way to understanding and advancing our human world through technology. So for the past few years, we've been voted #1 in Australia for outstanding student support, and we're very proud of that. At Southern Cross, we offer world-class education combined with really, really great lifestyle, especially on our Coolangatta campus. So where we are, we're located we've got 3 campuses on the east coast of Australia. So we've got Gold Coast, Lismore and Coffs Harbour. Now, I understand that most of you here will be interested in our Gold Coast campus, as this is a Queensland scholarship webinar. And tonight I'll focus on that. I'll try later on, like mention 2 really good scholarships which are available for our regional campuses as well, just in case you're interested in that. And for those who don't know, Lismore is located only 40 minutes from Byron Bay, so very close. To a very touristy part of Australia. So Gold Coast campus. So our Gold Coast campus is located in Coolangatta. So it's just 400 metres from North Kira Beach and right next to the Gold Coast Airport. Many spots, especially at our Building C, will offer really great views of the ocean. The campus is spread across 3 really new buildings. And they have like really nice learning spaces and health science labs, computer labs, student lounges. Like it's a really great university environment right there on campus. We also have a health clinic on campus, which it's really great for our health students. They can do our work placements there. Yeah, it's a really good service that we provide to our students as well. If you need to go to a GP, we've got a health clinic right there. And so I thought I would try and play this quick video because instead of me talking about Gold Coast campus and the structure and what we have to offer, I thought I'll try to play this video. I really hope it works. Let's just let me know if it freezes or if you can't hear.
Danny, we can't hear, but we can see. So maybe you could just talk to the video while...
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was just a background music. So, yeah, so that's, so Building C is where our library is. It's really, really new. So all 3 buildings quite new. I'm sorry, like it's the music, I can hear it. So I'm kind of trying to speak through the music in my ear. But yeah, so many different programs that we have available at our Gold Coast campus, which I'll go through a bit later on. Obviously only like 20 or 30 minutes from surface, and really great structure as well. Tourism is a very popular program for our Gold Coast campus, obviously because of the location of where the campus is located, which is really good. Yeah, we've got biomedical science, which is a very popular program. Nursing is hugely popular. Especially with our South American students coming to study in Australia. So it's a really good option for our international students. And really laid back, like as you probably know, the Gold Coast is a very, very laid back culture. We've got the beach right there. So yeah, there's the views that we have from the campus are pretty amazing. So, all right. So I hope that like even without the sound and me talking was okay. Just very quickly about student life. So we all know that going to university is not really just about getting first class education or setting up, you know, for your dream career. It's just also about having fun and making lasting friendships and enjoying the social side of university life. So we've got something that's called the UniLife program, which really aims to encourage both our academic success and support the well-being of our students. So the students can get involved in social sports clubs, university-wide events like student awards. We've got some tours, snow tours and learn to surf camps, beach and water safety programs and that kind of thing. So of course, with the current restrictions, a lot of those programs had to be suspended, but we hope that next year we'll be able to bring them back. So I thought I'd just run quickly about our study sessions and how it works. Most of us from South America, we're used to semesters. So I thought I'd just quickly mention that here at SCU, we have 3 intakes per year, which gives students more possibilities. For example, like I said, to start studying session 3, if they need to start towards the end of the year, that's an option for them too. So on this slide here, I'm just showing what 2021 would be, will look like. Session 1 runs from end of February to beginning of June. Session 2 goes from the end of June to beginning of October, and Session 3, which is our summer session, goes from the end of October until the beginning of February the following year. If you're studying like a bachelor program, you will most likely be studying sessions 1 and 2, and it will have a break from November to February. So you might have about 4 months break where you can, you know, travel, or you can take the opportunity to work for a little bit. But with most of our master's courses, you'll probably be studying throughout the 3 sessions, with obviously breaks between them. And so I just thought I'd just give you that quick information there. So some of the courses are available to start Session 2 and Session 3, as well as Session 1. Now, with the scholarships, the main reason why you're all here, the scholarships really make a difference. So they make the education really achievable, reducing the financial burden for the students, especially in the beginning of the study. So the reason we offer scholarships is really to enable the students to focus on the studies and putting the learning first, and not be too worried about the finance part of it. So this year we announced earlier this year a major increase in our diversification scholarship. So up until last year, that scholarship was for $5,000 for the entire program. Now we're offering now $8,000 discount each year. So for the entire duration of the program, the student will have $8,000 fee reduction every year. So that means that on a 4-year bachelor program, like for example, Bachelor of Law or Bachelor of Social Work, students can save up to $32,000. So that's really good for you guys to help, that finance side of it. And that scholarship is available for any undergraduate or postgraduate coursework degree at any of our campuses. So the condition to receive the scholarship is very simple. We just have to be a student from selected countries, and I believe all South American or Latin American countries are included, but definitely, yeah, most, you know, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Peru, they're all included in that. And the condition to keep the scholarship is just that you have to pass in all units. So if you fail a unit, you miss the scholarship the following session. The Vice Chancellor's International Diversification Scholarship will be automatically applied on the letter of offer. So straight away, you will have $4,000 discount for the first session, and then another $4,000 for the following session. That's how it normally works. And so there's no complicated forms to fill out or anything, so it's pretty simple. This scholarship, this is International Diversification Scholarship, is available currently for Session 3 this year and for Session 1 next year. So what does it look like? I created this little table just as an example so you can have an idea on what it looks like. So let's say you're applying for a Bachelor of Social Work to starting Session 1 next year, right? So Bachelor of Social Work is a 4-year program. So that means a saving of $32,000 for the entire program, which is really good. For this course, then in particular, you'll be studying 4 units in Session 1 and 4 units in Session 2. So to calculate correctly, you take 4 units times 3,350 per unit. That gives you a total of 13,400, which would be the normal tuition fee. But then if you discount $4,000 for the first session, so you only have to pay $9,400 for that session. And then it's the same for Session 2. So you pay $9,400 in June next year to start Session 2. So that goes for the entire program. So that's just an example to what it looks like on the first year. So basically the discount is applied as $1,000 discount per unit. So 8 units per year, which is a full-time load, be $8,000. So that's our most popular scholarship, which is available for all Latin American students. Now, like I said before, I'll just quickly mention, I know that this is a Queensland scholarship webinar, but I'll just quickly touch on scholarships for Lismore and Coffs Harbour campuses as well. So we've got the accommodation scholarship, which gives students 6 months free accommodation. That's if you sign up for 1 year contract with SCU Village. So that's on-campus accommodation. So it'll be private rooms, like you can see in the photo there, and they'll be on-campus accommodation. So that's pretty good as well, just not to have to worry about paying for accommodation for the first 6 months. It's just a way of yeah, helping you not having to worry about that. And the other one, which is a pretty amazing scholarship, also available for Lismore and Coffs Harbour, it's a 15,000 fee reduction per year on selected courses. So the name speaks for itself. It's an outstanding academic excellence scholarship. So we will look at previous academic transcripts to approve for the scholarship or not. So and it's available for the courses listed there, but if you think of how much each one of them costs per year, you'll be saving about 50% tuition fee on any of those courses there. So it's a pretty good opportunity as well if you think about studying in a regional area of Australia. With English testing, I thought I'd just quickly mention as well that the English tests that we accept. So we accept most tests known to you, such as IELTS, PTE, etc. But I wanted to let you know as well that we have our own placement test with a minimum of 5 weeks of English. So the placement test is free of charge, and our English for academic purposes is at a promotional rate for South America for $240 per week. We don't have materials fee. We do have an enrollment fee of $240 as well. So if you think that you probably need to study English, but you just don't know how many weeks you need to study before you start your course, have a chat with AC and we can organise for them to run a placement test for you. And then we'll find out how many weeks of English you need, so you don't have to pay for that test. We also accept Duolingo for most of our courses. Duolingo is a really inexpensive online test that's been very popular, especially for South American students. If I'm not wrong, it's about $50 or $60 to take the test, and we accept Duolingo for most of our courses. So that's an alternative option for you as well. This is just I just wanted to take this opportunity as well to present to you 2 new programs which will be available in 2021 and should be up on our website this week, which is the Graduate Diploma in Early Childhood Education and a Masters of Teaching Early Childhood. So we're going to have more info on those courses throughout this week. But just keep in mind that we do have those 2 new programs that are probably not listed on the website as yet. But if you're interested, just take note of it and have a chat with AC. Either this week or next week, we'll have something available, some more information available for you. Now, I just wanted to let you know, like I said, we've got session 3, which starts end of October, beginning of November. So I just want to let you know, if you need to start studying as soon as possible, we do have those options of courses available, and you do get the $8,000 per year scholarship on those courses as well, starting this year. So for example, like the Master of Social Work that we have there, it's available at our Gold Coast campus, and the annual fee is usually $26,800, but with the $8,000 discount, that price drops to $18,800. So that list there, it's, I think I've compiled it right. It's a list of all the courses that we have available starting in session 3 this year. So if any of them interest you, have a chat with AC as soon as possible. We don't have a lot of time, but if there's still availability, if there's still spots available there, we'll do our best to process your application as soon as possible to get you starting in session 3. Now, how to apply? Well, you contact your AC consultant. They'll help you with that. They'll send us all the documents that you need, including your application form, passports, and they'll know all the documents that we'll need to start processing your application. Once we receive that, we'll acknowledge receiving the application within 10 days, and successful applicants will receive an offer letter, like a letter of offer. Then the next step would be to review the offer, make sure that we've got it all right, and then you pay the tuition fee and send it back to us, and then we'll send you the COE. So that process is all done through AC, and they'll be able to help you with that. So that's it. Thank you so much. If you do have questions, just pop them on the chat box or send us an email. I've got my email address there. I've got my mobile number as well. If you need to contact me, I am on WhatsApp as well. So just send us a text message and we'll do my best to get in touch with you.
All right, Danny, thank you so much. So what we do, like we will upload the presentations individually. So if someone is interested in a specific university, they can go back to a specific presentation. And also, like I just have a few questions here, which we will also upload individually. So like we upload as a different section in our YouTube channel and in our social medias, okay? So the first question, I think Margot has already talked a little bit about it, and it's how students can start the courses overseas and finish it here, okay? And then if Patrick and Danny want to comment on that, whether QUT and Southern Cross also offer that, that would be great. Okay, do you want to start, Margot? So like just very briefly,
apologies, sure.
Yeah.
Of course. So what we're finding is many students maybe in 2020 either decided not to come to Brisbane or Australia, or maybe they flew home actually partway through their studies. So what UQ has done is shift all of our learning online. So we now actually offer a flexible study mode, which is your normal sort of face-to-face classes. And we've done that in keeping with government regulations and safety requirements. But for those students who, for whatever reason, needed to study online this year, we have made all of the courses 100% available online. We've changed the way that we're delivering the classes. We've changed the assessment modules in some instances to make that available online to students. And one of the key questions that we have, particularly for practical programs like medicine or science programs, is of course, how do I do laboratories or practicals online? The short answer is it depends on the course. Some programs we have, the lecturers will actually deliver those components later on. So once you're able to come to Australia, you would do those practical elements.
So change a little bit the order of the subjects that will be taken.
Correct. And in some instances, the teacher has actually completely changed the assessment. So they've decided that they can deliver it a slightly different way, and that enables students to start their studies and maybe even complete them online if they wish to. So, and students may have heard of this fantastic pilot program that we have available in slowly rolling out in South Australia and the Northern Territory now as well, and ACT, where they're looking at bringing international students in specifically despite the travel restrictions. So it is a pilot program. It is a trial that is currently being done by the different states and governments around Australia. But we're really hoping that the Queensland government will be open to that, and UQ has expressed its interest in doing that once the government allows us to do that. So fingers crossed, very, very soon we will be able to welcome students to Australia again.
All right, fantastic. And what about you, Patrick? How is your approach towards that? You know, hybrid model, studying online and finish the course on campus?
Yes, Vinny, and look, we understand what the predicament, we got lots of students from overseas. So we've got, I think, a little catchphrase. We've got start online, come when you can. So we're really encouraging those students to, really keep going with those dreams to come to study in Australia, not just here in Brisbane, but anywhere, but they can start online. And basically, like UQ and many other universities out there, like a lot of the programs are online anyways at the moment. So we encourage them to do their English programs, start their masters, start their bachelors online. And then once Australia does open up, to be able, and we'll accept them to come to Brisbane and study in class. Like even now, we're very lucky here in Brisbane that with COVID, like a lot of it, like even on campus here, like a lot of our classes are kind of now in a mix of where students do come to classes and then they got the options to study online still or come to class. So a lot of those things are opening it up more and more as we go through this semester. So I know by next year, if you're a student planning to study in Australia next year, I know QT will probably have again that mix of online and on-campus programming. But again, it's all to do obviously when the borders do open. Obviously, that's when we'll be accepting a lot of our students to come to study here in Brisbane. But yeah, I will encourage start online, come when you can, to both to us.
Okay, fantastic. Is that the same for you, Danny?
Yeah, I almost want to steal Patrick's line. Might start using that. Yeah, very similar. Yeah, it depends on the program, obviously, but we did have a few even nursing students currently in Brazil and authorised by the course coordinator to start a course online. They did have to change slightly. In fact, I think the nursing program, the first 4 units, they are available online anyway. But yeah, for that program in particular, for session 2, they would need to be here. So if borders don't open, then we'd have to think of an alternative. But yeah, for most programs, it has been authorised by course coordinators. And yes, with most of us, I believe, we're used to the online teaching method as well. So it's not something that's completely new. We obviously had to do a couple of adjustments here and there, but definitely it's not something that's new to us, having to deliver a program online. So yeah, a bit harder for our South American students, but for us, it's not something that's too, new.
Okay, great. Well, like we have been presenting for a little while now, so what I will do, I will invite you guys to contact the Australian Center team, and obviously we can schedule individual sections with each of the universities that you might be interested in. So Carol and Juan, if you want to just say a last word in Portuguese and in Spanish, how people can contact the Brisbane office, that would be great.
Sí, claro que sí. Fue un placer, chicos, estar con todos ustedes. Muchas gracias a las universidades. Thank you so much, Danny, Patrick, Marguerite, Laura. Me too. Thanks to everyone. Chicos, esperamos que vengan y nos visiten. Estamos ubicados en la ciudad de Brisbane, en la City, al lado de la Central Station, la estación central. 310 Edward Street. Nos pueden contactar por WhatsApp, por Facebook, por Skype, por donde ustedes quieran, y nosotros vamos a estar más que felices de ayudarlos y recibirlos en cualquier momento. Los esperamos.
Carol.
Muito obrigada a todos que participaram. A nossa equipe da AC está aqui feliz em receber vocês para conversar sobre todos esses scholarships e ajudar nos projetos de estudo. Thank you for all the universities for being here with us. We are really happy to have all of these informations. And a gente está aqui para suportar vocês. Vem cá.
Legal. Bacana, Carol. Muito obrigado. Thanks, Danny. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Margot. And I see you in the next AC webinar. Okay?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
See you later.
Stay safe.